Shopping with Dad by Matt Harvey and Miriam Latimer. Shopping with Dad. Can you find the title? Shopping with Dad? Is it on the bottom of the page or is it at the top of the page? It is at the top. Very good job finding the title. Here we go. Shopping with Dad. My mom made a list and she gave it to us, to me and my dad, and we went on the bus. We got off the bus at the stop by the shop. Dad found us a cart and then whoosh, we were off. Dad gave me the list and the pencil to hold, and he said, if you're good and you do as you're told, you can cross out the things from the list as, hey, wait. I'd already started, so he was too late. That was silly, he said. Now it's quite hard to read. This list tells me all of the things we need. He read it and laughed and said, listen to this. Your mom's put some very strange things on the list. Weather bread, jargon jam, evergreen eggs, octopus underpants, spider's legs, well-behaved daughter water, extra clean germs, strong anti-grump pills, and a bucket of worms. I laughed. Does it have normal things too? It does, said my dad. Now here's what we'll do. But I didn't listen because I was excited, because mommy was funny and I was delighted. I ran and I ran and I ran and I ran. I ran and I ran and bumped into a man who was stacking up cans at the ends of the aisle, who said, whoa there, and steady, and gave me a smile. I said, I'm very sorry. I thought this was best because I knew that my dad was getting quite stressed, and he was. He said, stop. He said, give it a rest. So I stopped, and I stopped, and I sat, and I stopped. I sat there nonstop. And I stopped there and sat. And I didn't start starting at all. In fact, I sat till I couldn't be still anymore. I was sitting so still, it was making me sore. It was making me feel that I couldn't quite breathe. It was making me sweat. It was making me sneeze. And the sneezing feeling, it built up inside and I couldn't stop it. I tried and I tried. I tried every non-sneezy thing I could do, but it just, uh, uh, achoo! That sneeze was fantastic. It made my dad jump, and his jump gave the woman beside him a bump, and she went, "Arr!" and swung around in alarm, and her bag hit a woman who jogged a man's arm. And he nudged a lady who knocked someone else, and the knock got passed down to the end of the shelf till the last person bashed the big stack the man built, which juddered and jiggled and started to tilt. And the man who'd been stacking turned slowly around to see his work fall smashing, bang, crash to the ground. Smash, bang, bong, crashing, ping, wallop, clunk, clog to the floor. And everyone gasped, and no woman swore. And one woman swore, "Oh, mercy." Then a loud, angry voice said, "What's happening here?" And I thought, uh-oh. And my dad said, "Oh dear." It was him. No, it wasn't. It was, "That's not fair. She pushed me. He shoved me. Did not. It was her." And then the woman my daddy had bumped on the arm, the one who gone, "Arr!" and swung around in alarm, she pointed her finger and said, "It was him." And they stared at my dad, and my dad scratched his chin, and my dad scratched his nose, and my dad scratched his head. But it wasn't his fault that it's his, but it isn't his fault that it's his fault, I said. It was mine. It was me. I sneezed. I sort of exploded as if I was loaded with a great big wet shout. Then my voice faded out. They looked at me hard, so I held on to Dad, who looked 22 proud and a quarter past sad. And he winked at me once, and I looked in his face, and I saw in his eyes the hint of a trace of laughter, soft laughter that couldn't come out. And he said to the man who had started to shout, "Shh." And he said to the people who gave us hard looks with a very slight shrug of his shoulders, "Oops." Accidents happen. It's always a shame, but when push comes to shove, there's no one to blame. Then my dad, he got down on his knees in the store. He started to pick up all the cans off the floor. The woman knelt too. She said, "Right, you're not wrong." Then everyone joined us. It didn't take long. Dad stood up and stretched and said, "That wasn't hard." So we finished our shopping. He paid with his card. We went home. Mom gave us a hug and kiss. She said, "Did you get all the things on the list?" Dad told her what happened. He made it sound fun. And she laughed and said, "Very well done." The end. So how did you like this story? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Shopping with Dad. Okay, so next time we'll read our next two stories, and I want you to tell me which should we read first and which should we read second.